All right, guys, we are live and wanted to go over just a quick markup with you all. This is going to be really quick. The market's giving us something really nice. If you guys know, we have been in longs in US 30, and we've been closing those partials out, leaving the runners. But what we have here that I really like, if you know me, I love these dot to dots. So on the 30 minute, we've got this dot to dot play that we have mapped out here. Now these were zones I was looking at for TPs if we got into sells, and sells was a 30-minute candle break below this gray area right here. So we needed a 30-minute candle break below this gray zone, which we can drag this out just a little bit here. And basically we're looking about like that right there. And at this first, line we got here, which is 33,869, that's where we would close partials and protect the entries that we had. And as you guys know, we've got a nice gap. So these are going to be sell entries through here, closing a 30-minute candle below this. You can take it down to the 15 if you want to. But we've got this nice gap. So the way that we're going to play that gap is look at the 5-minute. And basically, you can take buys from a break above this line here if you want to, and then TP right there, which is a solid, 62 pip run. And this is a trade I'm currently in myself right here for that gap play. Beautiful trade. I mean, obviously you could click buy right here. Gaps normally this large are going to fill pretty quick. Normally we see those little, 6 to 10 pip gaps. They're not going to do as much, but having a gap that is this big right here, I mean, obviously, right there to that. I mean, you're talking 72 pips. That's a solid gap that it needs to fill. So you're looking for a quick gap, and then when that gap hits, looking for, I would love to see, it come up to about right there, fill this gap, tap, and then start heading back down into this gray area here, and then boom, break, head on down and get us into those sells. I'm really liking the sells for the Dow Jones, which, I mean, even if it continues to go up, if you guys have been on Carbon Capital's live streams that we've had here on YouTube, you know that we've been longing on those runners that we've had. So, I mean, if price continues to go up, we're putting money in the bank. But I would love to see it break these areas right here and just have some fun with it. As far as gold, we got in gold this morning. So if you were on my YouTube, which I had one heck of a time this morning, the goal was to stream on my YouTube for the news and then stream on Carbons at 9:30 for market open. And the stream was just not allowing me to go on. It kept saying, coming soon, invite, waiting for the host. And I'm live. So don't know what happened. And that's obviously why we're here now. I finally got everything sorted out. Had to redo a ton of stuff on YouTube as well as obviously on my computer. But we got in this sell. Went ahead and closed partials, and now this sell is protected. So, if price comes up and knocks us out, awesome. If it continues to fall, great. What I would really like to see is we've got these two dots down here into this zone. So I would love to see us break and pull that number here, and then I would have my final TP right there. So that's my final TP, 19,033. I would go ahead and close this out and say I'm done with the gold. And then NAS, man, NAS has just been pumping. So when we look at it on the 4-hour, I mean, it is just not stopped. I mean, just continued up. So we go to the 30-minute, and the only thing that we've got on 30-minute is a dot to dot that looks like that right there. That's a little bit high-pitched, really, for what I like to see going into it, and we don't have a lot of structure through here. We've only got one touch there. So, I mean, it's not the best. I mean, that's a better trend line right there. But I follow the dots, and that's what we have. So, the first thing we'd look at would be, maybe a quick little, 5 to 15-minute candle, give us a closure through here and just take a quick little, I'd say trade to about that area right there where that trend line is. That's at 14,818. And at that point, we would just, close partials, protect our entry, and then just let this thing run down. And I mean, just, try to get that move like that. And that's really what we've got. I mean, it's tough with NAS, with everything that's been going on, because we've got, that zone there, and we have that zone. So I'd really like to go to the top of that one. And I mean, that would be, partial protection, one more partial, and then, just close out here, because if we get back down into this area here, we've got a lot of consolidation taking shape. So that would be a prime area for it to and do that number. So I mean, that's really all we're looking at is, NAS. I mean, obviously gold, we're already in it. And then US 30. Just see if we can get those breaks, below those zones right there. I mean, GU, we did look at it this morning and said we needed to break below this gray box up here, which is basically 1.2595. Get some breaks below there, run that thing down. Odd U did exactly what we wanted it to do. We marked up Odd U. If you remember this trade that we did, I mean, it broke, shot up, retapped, went on up. So pretty solid trade on that one. Not looking for anything not looking for anything else. And then GJ, I've had a few people message me about GJ. So let's look at this here. That was a solid trade. We never got that break though. Go here to this one. Zoom out on that 1 hour. Throw my fib fan up there. And I mean, that right there is beautiful when you got a dot at the top, a dot at the bottom, and you just zoom in on it and say, you know what, let's get a 15, 30-minute candle break and let's at least run it down to there. So that's where we're at. Super easy markups. Let's not forget that the news is unreal this week with everything taking shape. So as you're getting ready to trade, as you're looking at the entries or the things you're wanting to get into, just remember that we've got a week just full of news. Tomorrow's news starts at 2 a.m. this morning with GBP, and then we've got 8:30 news, which is PPI, and then we got 2 o'clock FOMC, and then we got 2:30 FOMC press conference. So there's a lot going on. So if you're not in any positions and you can't get in anything, you can go ahead and protect through London session. I would be very hard pressed to get in anything market open, especially prior to market with the news. So guys, that's all I've got. I hope this video is helpful. We'll keep an eye on these markups. We'll do a follow-up video tomorrow, or I'd say maybe Thursday, and see where these trades take us. So I wish everyone the best of luck. Remember, don't over leverage, don't over trade. Use those Carbon Capital micro accounts, get in there and learn the craft, and then up those lot sizes, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. So I hope everyone has